Okay, so you've downloaded qPlayer version 2 and you're thinking to yourself, this looks great, but how can I make myself a show? How can I make something that I can play back? What we're going to look at in this first video is making a single playlist. We're going to have one cue in that playlist. That cue is going to have multi-track audio, it's going to have video, and it's going to have a prompt as well. So the video could perhaps be routed to a video screen, and the prompt could be routed to a small screen down the front between some monitors, so the artist can see what they have the auto cue for the lyrics. So basically, what we're going to do, we've got a track here called Live Forever, and in that folder, we've got some files. We've got the video is there. We'll come back to the backdrop in a moment. Then we've got 4 audio files, one of which is the click, one is a count, one of them is backing vocals, and one is band or track to accompany a live band. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to put it all into one cue that we can play. So how do we do this, you may ask? Well, we fire up qPlayer. I'm going to choose a new show. So by default, when we choose a new show, we get a main set already populated. So we click that. We don't have any cues yet, so we're about to make our first cue. So if we click add cue, there's different ways of different kinds of cues that you can have. You can add one from a file, so it could just want to play an audio file or a video file. That's the simplest way to bring that into a playlist from there. Or what we're going to do, there's also some different kinds of cues which we can come to in other videos, but for now we're going to look at a studio session, which makes you gives you the ability to be able to build a cue within a timeline. So if I click studio session, we're brought up with the qPlayer Studio. So I've ascertained that the song's going to be called Live Forever, so the first thing we do is name the track, hit enter, and it's going to be, I want to create a 6-channel audio file. So we're going to have channel 1 as click, channel 2 as count, 3 and 4 will be stereo backing vocals, and 5 and 6 will be stereo track. So what we do now is we simply click add files, navigate to our folder, and if we select the 4 multi-track files that we want to include in this queue and click open, what you'll see is that qPlayer will, first of all, it'll look at the file name and try to extract something a little more meaningful. If we go back and have another little look, we can see here that they're actually a lot longer than that, but it's used some logic to make it a little bit more human readable. So we've got click, count, BBs and band. So far we can see BBs have been routed to 3 and 4, that's where we want it. Band is on 5 and 6. We're going to need to pop click to mono to channel 1, count to channel 2. So there we've got our audio. We can have a little listen and check to see that it sounds as we expect it to. Which it does, that's great. So if I just hit stop. So now we've created the audio element of the cue. That's pretty much good to go. We've brought in the files we want to play back. We've told qPlayer where to route those when we publish to the set list. And we've said we want a 6-channel audio file. So that's audio, tick. The next step is we want to add a video. So we simply add video and it'll add a video lane. So if we click add video, I'll choose the Live Forever video like that, and we'll click open, and it pops a video lane. By default, it's not routed to a channel because there could be audio on the video. We don't want to hear that in this case, so we don't route that anywhere. We've got the video there in the timeline. We can edit the position and the start and end point if we wish to, but these are pre-edited videos. So for this demo, it's pretty much bang on as it is. So there we go. We've added the video, and if I hit play, I can audition that cue with the video. So we'll have a little look. Okay, that's pretty good. We're happy with that. So we hit stop. So next what we want to do is we want to add an auto cue for lyrics. So what we do with that is we click add prompt, and it's going to add a prompt lane. And bring the audio up a little bit. So then if we want to, we can add multiple elements of prompt text, but the simplest way to do it is to add a prompt block and drag it to the whole length of the song, right there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to double click that, and this will bring up a prompt block. So what we then need to do is we need the lyrics for the song. So we pop over to Google, where we found the lyrics already, and here's the lyrics for this song. So if I just select the lyrics like so, and then copy that, close it on back down again, back over to qPlayer, and if I paste that into here, we've got the lyrics. And you might think to yourself, okay, that's great, but they're going to be in time. Not yet. So the next step is we're going to want to sync it in time with the track. So how we're going to do that is we're going to click sync to audio, and we go into this little edit window. And what we do here is we assign a time to each line of text. So basically, what I'm going to do, once I hit play, it's going to play the track through. You'll only need to do this once per song. But the best way of doing it, we found so far, is to press spacebar to mark the time just before the line is sung. So if I play it through, we'll go through it, and I'll show you how to do it.
2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, kicking in. I know where the lyrics come, so I'm going to tap space before each line. Okay, we've gone through the whole track there. We've marked the times. All we need to do now is click apply. We can see now that we've got the times assigned for each line, which you can obviously edit if you need to, if something's not quite right. But if it's all good, then just click save, and that's now saved to the prompt line. So basically, as a summary, we've added our audio tracks and we've assigned where we want them to appear in the single multi-track audio file. We've added the video. We've not had to do anything with the timing on this one because this was pre-edited, and we've added a prompt. Now what we want to do, we can check that actually in the audition window if we want to see the prompt. But let's just go straight to publish to set list. So we've just clicked that there. Publishes the set list. Now what we've done, if we click done, we jump back over to the main set, and we're currently in the qPlayer edit scene edit window. So we can see that, and we can open up the sidebar if we want to see certain things that are attached to it. We've got the 6 channels. We can adjust the levels if we need to. There's something clever that we can do with that once we've got multiple files. That can come in another video. But essentially for now, what we've done is we've created this single playable cue. So if we want to play it from the Mac from here, we just simply enter show mode on there. We click that one. And so we're presented with the play window. So we're now in show mode. We've selected the track. What we've got here is a confidence monitor for both the video and the prompt. So this basically will show you on the screen what you expect to see at each output. So you may have the video output routed to a certain HDMI out that you've got connected, and the prompt may be connected to another one. We can also do some clever stuff with MDI, which we'll get into in another video. But essentially for now, we've created a cue, and if we go into the studio and I click play, you can see what happens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
As you can see, that's working perfectly. I did mention earlier on about a backdrop. So if we come out of, we'll just quickly touch on that now. If we come back out of studio mode, if I select the set itself, but not a track, and open up the sidebar, this gives us some options that apply to the set that we'll play when we enter studio mode. So if we want to set a backdrop, say we've got a video screen on a stage, and we want a certain backdrop to show in between when we're playing cues, what we do is we simply click set backdrop, choose this. You may have a dynamic backdrop. This one is essentially a logo which does a little change every 30 seconds or so. So it's a little bit interesting on the screen in the background. So if we click open, we can see that we've added this backdrop now to the set. So if we close that and jump back into studio mode, you'll now see that the video output, once we're in this set list mode, will show basically the whatever we set, which could be an image or a video, as the backdrop whenever we're not playing any tracks. So we'll give it just a second so you can see that it is actually an MP4. There we go. And that's now showing a backdrop. And if we click the song and click play,
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
you'll see that the video content is then what's within the cue. And if we click stop, back it goes to the backdrop. And that is how to add audio, video, and a prompt to a cue within a playlist in qPlayer version 2. Thanks for watching.